Hey guys, it's Victoria and welcome back to Femhead. Today I want to talk about how getting into minimalism has made me a cleaner person overall. And you may be thinking like, okay, that's not that big of a deal, but that is a huge deal for me. I used to be a terribly messy, cluttered person. You can ask my mom because as a high schooler, and way before that, I was the girl that kept all of her belongings on her bedroom floor. I think I moved into that room when I was a senior in high school, but my parents built me a room in the basement with this really nice walk-in closet. It had this tile floor, because who wants one of those, right? There was a path that was just long enough and wide enough from my bedroom door to my bed, literally, and then the rest of the floor was just covered with stuff. You couldn't see the floor besides that narrow path that was just enough to get from my door to my bed. And then each day I would wake up and I'd rummage through all of my belongings that were, perfectly spread out on the floor so I could see everything to find a shirt or sometimes an entire outfit for the day. Like, that's just where I kept everything, and I knew where things were, and it was just spread out, but it looked awful. I would collect little tidbits and pieces of memories and shove them in boxes so I could look back on them one day. I still do have some of these boxes because it is fun to look back on things, but I collected a lot of random stuff. I kept my tiara from high school homecoming. I kept all of my corsages from dances. I even kept a empty Red Bull can that Gio Mariani drank from because he drank from my can while we were at the same event, and I was a teenage girl and I was like, God, he's so beautiful, and I'm saving this can forever and always. I kept really obscure pieces of clothing that I would never wear on a normal basis, but I kept it with the justification I might need this for a Halloween costume someday. So this was who I was for a long time. Like, I wasn't clean, I had way more stuff than I needed, and I didn't get rid of stuff until we came back from our trip to Asia. We went to Japan, Bali, and Thailand 2 falls ago. And for whatever reason, I read the book by KonMari. When people think of minimalism, they think of this book. What is it even called? I'll put a picture of it right here and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I read this book, and so it began. Before this point, my closet, it was packed to the brim, as well as my closet back at my parents' house was packed to the brim with clothes. And I would have to elbow my way in there to get a shirt out or hang a shirt back in, and there was no room for anything, but I kept packing stuff in there. And after that first decluttering session, we'll call it, I had 9 giant garbage bags full of clothes that I took to donate. 9 bags! It was an outrageous amount, but my closet there was room once again in my closet to move things, and it was incredible. It's more of an ongoing process of adding and subtracting items in my life until in search for this perfect balance. And I'm still a little shocked at times that I went from this girl who just let things pile up and pile up and pile up and collected all this random stuff to this woman, we'll call me, I guess I'm a woman now, who spends my mornings tidying up. That's the first thing I do in the morning is I make a coffee, and as my coffee's brewing or whatever, I'm going around my house cleaning up, and that's incredible to me. It's still mind-boggling how I went from that to this. When everything has its place, when it has its home that it goes back to after you're done using it, and when you only have the things that you really need, it's simple. It's so simple just for things to slide back into place. It becomes easier, it becomes natural almost. And I can truly say that having less belongings, and I'm not living a bare minimum life here, I still have a lot of stuff, but having less makes me happier. Decluttering gives me this indescribable sense of satisfaction. It's really weird, but it's so addicting. I feel lighter, I feel energized, I feel motivated and on top of the world. It's addicting, so I have to keep this in check, because then I would be left with, next to nothing, but I would be feeling like I was floating away like a cloud. I would be so light. When my surroundings are clean, I feel motivated, energized, optimistic, just ready to take on the world. And I think that is one of the biggest positive impacts, how things having a place and having less stuff and only having what you need impacts my brain. And that is just the biggest takeaway. And this mindset of minimalism has branched out. It has spread into almost every aspect of my life, far beyond what I own. And I really credit this switch to a more minimalistic lifestyle with my transformation over the past 2 years. It has done so much good in every aspect of my life, and I had no idea when I first read that book and first cleaned out my closet, the journey it would take me on. And it sounds cheesy and it sounds dumb, but it's the truth. All right, that is what I have to say about how minimalism has made me a cleaner person overall. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!